Oh, I got another story for you. What like? Just another story.
I'm gonna steal a peanut brittle.
That thing around Raleigh today. Al Gore. Al Gore has come into you fellows' business. And Al Gore's in your fellows' business. And he has made $300 or $400 million in your business. And he's not very smart. He drank a lot. He smoked a lot of pot as he coaxed through Harvard with a gentleman's C. But he had one obsessive idea that global warming was a terrible thing, and he understood he'd protect the world for it. So his idea when he went into investment counseling is he was not going to put any CO2 in the air. So he found some partner to go into investment counseling with, and he says, we're not going to have any CO2. But this partner's a value investor, and a good one. So what they did is Gore hired a staff to find people who didn't put CO2 in the air. And of course, that put him into services. Microsoft, and all these service companies were just ideally located. And this value investor picked the best service companies. So all of a sudden the clients are making hundreds of millions of dollars, and they're paying part of it to Al Gore. Now Al Gore has hundreds of millions of dollars in your profession. And he's an idiot. And it's an interesting story. And a true one.
Charlie, earlier you were talking about how...
So if you were idiots about global warming, and President Bush, your theory, by the way, it's not the only one. There's an investment, there's a leveraged buyout operator in Los Angeles that I know casually. He's made 35% per annum for 30 years. All he buys is service companies. And instead of buying 100% and letting the management have 10, he always tries to buy 60 and let the old manager who created the company own the other 40. And he buys nothing but service companies, and he knows a lot about it. And with that formula, which inventories, receivables, are all kinds of horrible things in business that you just buy service companies you can avoid. And it's amazing how well it's worked for. It worked for this guy who does the LBOs just the way it worked for Al Gore, 35% per annum. And he's smart because he's causing the people to have more of their own skin in the game. They know more about it. They're more like partners, instead of the new manager's not an employee. They really, some other guy was 40 and you own 60, that's a different relationship. And he's the founder. But what a clever way to do it. And it worked better. And of course, he knows more about it when he does nothing but service companies. I know another guy who does nothing but mail order internet companies, also an LBO operator. He's made 20-some% per annum for a long, long time. But he knows more about getting customers and this ratio, and he knows more about these damn mail order internet companies. And he really knows a lot. So two specialists, each one with a different specialty, both working. Interesting. And that's why I made all the talk about the specialization frequently works. I find it more fun to go on and do everything, but these specialists do better, averaged out. They know a lot.